me? I hope you do.
Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! I'm Rob Van Dam. The whole show.
From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing 230 pounds,
RVD.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Hey, what up, Dominator?
Boom. What up, RVD? What up, KT? It's good to see everybody. We're Monday. Wait, is it? No, it's Sunday night. It's Sunday night, everybody.
It is indeed. At least on the West Coast, it is.
Yeah. Over here on the East Coast, where it is Sunday night as well. So thank you all for tuning in live. We're back, Rob. It's been a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a minute. So hopefully we didn't lose a bunch of our regulars that found another way to spend their evenings instead of hanging out with us. But we'll see. Yeah, no, we've been busy. You've been busy.
Yeah.
Got the babies in here too, by the way. I don't know if they'll probably make it to camera at
Arma and Saba are in the house.
Yep, they're playing right now.
Karma, you want to do a run in?
Look at Karma.
Yay! It's Karma.
Look at it. Look at Rob. She's loving life. They're 10 months old, Katie? Is that right? No, not 10 months. 8, right? Did you say 8?
8.
Yeah.
8. Wow. Holy smokes.
Crazy. They're growing up way too fast.
Yeah. You can always remember because of the month that we're in. So like there'll be 9 months.
Oh yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah. Oh,
Christmas
good point.
babies. Were you and mommy's daddy's best Christmas gift ever?
Yeah, we're having fun with them. It's crazy that we've known them so long and they don't even like talk to us. They do, but you know, they not in language that we understand yet. But I've thought that about the dogs before too. Like we've known the dogs for so long and they've never had like a meaningful conversation with us.
That is true, right? They can't do that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, how was it?
Saba's over there too.
Saba's hanging out too.
She's jumping in her jolly jumper. It's their playtime right now.
They love, if you have a baby around 6 months or so, you have to get the jolly jumper. They fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
Saba jumps so high. So we're like, she's practicing to jump off the ropes. And she even has like thigh and calf muscles now from jumping all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And just like nonstop, like for hours if you let her.
We have to cut her off.
Yeah.
Man, that wears them out though, at least, you know, they get some good rest.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's you know, like they can't even, they're not even crawling yet, so they're kind of limited to the position you put them in, and Karma can roll out of it, but Saba, you know, if you put her on her back, it's just kind of like a turtle, you know, for a while. So to go from that to being able to be upright and be able to bounce up and down like that, you know, must be amazing. I feel like you have a superpower, like you're like someone that's like paralyzed, all of a sudden getting like a robot suit where they can fucking move around and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is different. Yeah, you think about that because they're so used to like mom or dad carrying them or taking care of them, and then they're in that jumper thing and they're just partying down.
Yeah.
You're
so cute, Karma. What are you thinking?
She's like, I want to go play. Mama's holding.
scoping it out.
Yeah.
Scoping it all out.
That's my playtime.
Right.
We got some new folks in the chat. We got, let me see here. I saw a couple people here. Somebody says hello from Maine. John flew hello from Maine. Shout out to you.
Hey,
Shout out-
Joe,
yeah.
the
Shout out
main
to,
man.
yeah. Heck yeah.
We had Cauliflower Alley Club this week.
Yes. Talk about that. How was that? It seemed like a really, really good turn. I had bad FOMO, real bad FOMO.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Oh, man.
Rob judged a promo contest. So that was really the baby's first like wrestling event. Like they saw wrestling at a festival here before, but this was their first time like meeting wrestlers or being around it in that way. So it was cool. They got to meet Bret Hart, Natalia, Chris Bay.
Natalia always looks so pretty. Too.
Yeah, she's so beautiful and she has the best energy. We love Natalia.
Yeah,
Natalia is great. She is
Yeah,
really great.
So cool.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. How was it seeing Brett again and stuff like that? I saw the pictures online and I was like, that's so cool. It's like he's with the babies and he's with you guys. It was so neat.
good. You know, he had his wife there as well, so so he was, you know, fairly busy, and it was cool to see him. And he got the Luthez Award at the Cauliflower Alley Club, which is what I got in 2021. So that was cool. It's cool to hear his speech, hear him say that it meant so much to him, because I was surprised. I didn't realize it was that important to him, but it must have something to do with the old school roots of the Cauliflower Alley Club. You know, like it used to be just for the wrestlers, people in the business, and that was when it was a closed door society, and when you know, the day of kayfabe was still relevant, and so it holds a lot of, it maintains a respectable image from those days still, and I don't know if that's why it meant a lot to Brett or what, you know, who knows? Stu could have been one of the founding members for all I know. There's always a lot of like, I want to say older, you know, older generation wrestlers, but not like the ones that I grew up watching, but like obscure ones that you almost have to be a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club to even know who they are, you know, just some like 80-year-old cowboy walking by, you know, and even if he introduces himself, you know, it's like, oh, okay, you know, like I'd never heard of that guy, but you know, in this world, motherfucker gets a lot of respect. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's such a diverse group of generations of wrestlers and stuff like that, because you have modern ones, you have like, you know, people from the Attitude Era, you got people from like the Crockett Promotions and all the territory days, and then even like a little further back too with some of the people too.
And the votes, I think there's a I don't know, let's just say an implication that the votes on what you're getting the award for came from behind the closed doors, from the locker room instead of from the crowd. How it really works, I don't know, but I mean, there's a little bit of that kind of essence to it as well.
And
go ahead, Katie.
They do good charity. Like,
yes, they do.
Yeah, wrestlers that can't pay their bills or have health problems, they will pay it for them. So we love supporting it and going to the banquet every year because it's for a good cause. So you all should check it out, Cauliflower Alley Club. And you can follow them on Instagram. And they do good for the community. And like some wrestlers that are forgotten, they make sure that they're remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great thing too. And like the membership too is I think it's only like 150, I think, for the year or something like that. And you can pay like a lifelong membership. I think that's like $300. And then you're always invited to go to the Cauliflower Alley reunion things that like Rob,
I know it used to not be open for fans to join.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point they changed their policy so that fans could be members, and I'm sure they did that for the financial reasons of increasing their funds.
Right, wanting to help people out and then make sure, you make more money, get more money for it, and to help those people. I think it'd be awesome if like the big companies like WWE, and maybe they do something with it, but WWE and AEW,
They do.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Yeah, and I remember when JR was there, right?
Yeah, and so the person that sings Bret Hart's theme song was there and performed his theme song live, and WWE had cameramen filming him.
Oh wow, that's awesome! Heck yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think that should just be so boosted up in today's wrestling world is the Cauliflower Alley Club and what they do and how it is. It's like it's very unique kind of space because there's a little bit of convention stuff there, but it's mostly focused on like the event itself and the communal aspect. There's like a whole bunch of wrestlers like we said, but then there's like wrestling journalists or writers and stuff like that, and then fans too.
Wrestling writers. It's just people that really care about the business.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of good historians there too. It's
historians,
really
yeah. Dan Murphy, he's one of the authors. Wrote a women's wrestling history book. He's always there.
Oh yeah. There's so many great writers there and stuff like too. I know Brian Solomon. He goes there every year for sure. Somebody just mentioned him in the chat, I think.
How do you know Dan Murphy? Just from there?
I read his book.
You did read his book?
The women's wrestling history book.
Wow.
That's that Elvis dated a female wrestler.
No way. He was just on a show I produced. I produced a show called Pro Wrestling Time Tunnel for Tony Richards. He's like a wrestling historian. And he was just on the show a couple weeks ago, I think, Dan Murphy. That's pretty awesome.
He was a writer for WWE for a while when I was there as well.
Oh wow, no way. Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's what he was on there for. Was for Cauliflower Alley actually. He was talking about all that stuff.
Shout out to Dan Murphy.
Shout out Dan Murphy. Didn't know his name was going to get dropped today. Yeah. Did you see Rip Rogers? I guess he got his award.
He put me over in his speech.
Did he?
Dan Spivey.
Oh yeah, he was there too.
Jerry Lawler.
Oh, I saw a picture of him too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
It's always
we didn't see Tony Atlas, but I think that he was just there on the night before. There's banquets on 2 nights.
That's right.
We saw Psychosis.
Yep.
Oh, that's sweet. Ray was there.
Ross Hart.
Oh, no way.
Micromania Midget Wrestling was there.
Yeah.
Cheerleader Melissa.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Dang it.
TJ, Natalia's husband.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What a great turnout, too. And it was so many good awards and stuff. Yeah, like I said to the people, if you haven't tried it out, go to Cauliflower Alley, go to their website, become a member, and you will always get invited to that to the Cauliflower Alley Union in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's an annual event.
Yeah, annual event.
Annual event that lasts for 2 or 3 days, and it's not like the whole town knows about it. You know what I mean? Like because it's not something that's advertised on like billboards and shit. Like when wrestling's coming to the arena or something like that. It's not like that at all. Like they don't even know. I was walking on the street in the daytime downtown down there, and cop car pulled up next to me and rolled the window down and was going the speed I was, like. But I figured it was a fan because I get that all the time. And
yeah.
But it was weird. The cop goes, "Is your name Robert?"
Like whoever has called him Robert.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I walked over to him and he said, "Rob, hey man," and we were talking. I thought about telling him, like, dude, like right here at the plaza, like if you walked in there right now, there's all kinds of old school wrestlers, but I didn't bother telling him.
Yeah.
But I thought it's like someone like that would have no idea, and he's a really big fan, talking about growing up on wrestling and all that shit. And it's kind of it's a quiet event. Like there's not, yeah.
It's the same people every year, but that's why they need to get the word out to build it, so it's not always the same people every year.
The Glow Girls,
Always.
Judy Martin,
Yep.
guy.
The
Well,
superstars
yeah.
are the same every year. The superstars
I
are
think they
different
like
because it depends who's getting awarded, but the members seem like it's the same community.
Yeah. I've seen that too because I haven't been there.
Stone Keys.
Yeah, I thought of him. Yeah. He's always there. They do.
Wait, who is?
So Keezy, he's on Instagram, makes cool videos.
Shout out to Stone Keezy.
And they do a raffle. Wrestlers sign things, and they do the raffle, the auction. That part to me is really exciting.
He's the master of doing like AI digital fucking videos and shit, and he's been doing that for a long time. And he's a huge wrestling fan.
That's great. Heck yeah.
And also the thing that I did that she was talking about, I judged a promo contest, and it wasn't just me. The other judges were Sin Bodhi, who is a really big local name, like the wrestling community around Vegas. Everybody knows him. If you don't know him, because you're a fan and only know wrestlers from TV, but also who the fuck is that sitting on the other side of him? Chris Bay, yeah. Yeah. And then on the other side was
It was Willie Mack.
Okay, Willie Mack, and then some writer guy. No, he was, what was that guy? He was important, but he wasn't a wrestler. It was all wrestlers, and then like an older office guy that did something, but I don't remember what.
Oh.
Yeah. Good, cool guy. But anyway, just to name drop some other wrestlers that were there that we saw.
Do you remember do you remember who won the promo thing?
Yeah. Man,
People might have seen him on Instagram.
I'm blanking on names right now, but yeah, the second place was what's his name? The guy that he imitates all the wrestlers. He does Rene Dupree's show.
Jason Sensation?
Yes, thank you. Jason Sensation got second place, I think.
Wow.
You think he got first? Well, then who got second?
I forgot his name, but he had long hair. Remember, he was the one that was like improv-ing. He was like,
I think that guy got first. That guy got first, I think, because the guy that was really intense. Don't know him. I don't know if he does indie shows or if he was just a fan, but he was real intense, and even with the face off, like he was selling like everything the guy was saying to him, and then I remember somebody saying, I like that guy for first because
he did his own thing. Probably.
He said, Rob Van Dam, you got your babies right there. Your babies right there. He said, I got a baby right there in the front row, and me and my baby will beat you and your baby any day. And we thought it was funny because it was like it was kind of a silly event, you know. We thought that was funny, having a intergenerational match challenge.
Well, I liked him because he was his own person, where the other guy did impressions of all the stars. Yeah,
Jason Sensation. Everybody knows he's right on the money with everything he does. So
yeah, he does a lot of those. That's what he's known for. Was way back when he was Owen Hart. He did the Owen Hart impression.
Yeah,
way back when. No, that's awesome. That's really cool that they did that. I always forget there's not an actual wrestling show tied to the Cauliflower Alley thing, though, is there?
Well, there actually usually is. Like I think Sin Bodhi does it. Like he books a show and it's as attached to it as having it the same weekend, maybe like the first night or before the first night of Cauliflower Alley Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there usually is, and it probably is. It could be Sinbodi every year. I'm not sure, but
Yeah. I'll have to look into that because that's pretty neat. I would love to help out with that a little bit more too, Cauliflower
Yeah.
and try to help get the word out. I think that'd be sweet. Man, that's awesome though. Dang. I know. It's been a couple years since I was there, and so I missed out. I want to go back.
Well, babe,
where's my Cauliflower Alley Club, Luthizzle? We're
inside
inside.
Inside.
the living.
Inside the living room.
And
Well,
then
we got an overflow.
we got some people are loving the babies on the show.
Got the babies in tonight.
Tennessee Takeover says, "What's up,
And-
kids?"
Triple E asked if I think dinosaurs helped build the pyramids. No, I don't know. They might have, but I don't think so. I don't think they had hands for building and manipulating.
Definitely not T-Rex.
But aliens, sure, absolutely. I that's just as believable as anything else, any other possibility to me. So yes. And he also said, y'all see the Coyote versus Acme movie? And no, but I did see something called the Westies, worth telling everybody about if you haven't seen it. The Westies, if you don't know, were the Irish gang from the West Side, but Hell's Kitchen in New York City.
Oh yeah.
9th Street or 9th Avenue, whatever they call it there, and a couple of streets by it. But anyway, they have a lot of history, the Westies, and they worked with the Gambinos for a while. And there's a TV series. I think it was on Amazon Prime, not 100% sure. But it's got some really good actors in it. And it was one of those things where the first episode or two is free, and then you got to pay afterwards or join the channel or something. And so I've only seen the first one or two, but it was really good. And like I said, some actors that are in a lot of good stuff. Schillinger from Oz is I go way back to Oz. He's been in a million things. Lost. But anyway, that guy, he's one of the heels in it. And check it out, the Westies. What else? We talked about they're doing the movie on the Butcher.
Yep, the Butcher with Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about Tommy Karate coming out and
the tapes.
Yeah. He's still coming out with new ones.
Is he?
Yeah, and just trashing everybody that's saying they were friends and had a good relationship with them and that they were buddies and stuff. He's like, I didn't know that fucking guy. He's full of shit. And there's a lot of that. And then, and of course, discrediting Philip Carlo, the author.
Yeah. I remember him saying
that guy fucking made everything up and saying how the movie's gonna not portray his true self at all. So that's the general thought going into it. I'm sure he would stop it from coming out or, destroy the ticket sales if he could. Like, he's not happy about something coming out about him that he thinks is going to be based on bullshit.
I know. I wonder how much of an angle they're going to take with it being Pete Davidson, if it's going to be like based in a comedy kind of fashion. You know what I mean?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think they'll try to do some comedic spin with it or something?
I don't think so. No, I think it's going to be really dark. And this is going to be his, vehicle or his chance to show that he can be like a really dark character, and he's probably got some dark energy to tap into and shit.
He
you know,
does.
Yeah.
I watched his podcast on Theo Vaughn, and he does have a lot of comedians are like that. They have a dark side. That's why they are comedians, because they want to make people laugh to like counter the dark side. And his dad, of course, everyone knows his dad died in 9/11. Yeah. So he's been depressed since then.
Wow. Yeah. Well, here I just grabbed this picture of him. What he looks like in the movie. It's pretty. Let's see how he weighs out to you here, Rob. Hold on, let me pull it up. This is what he looks like in Tommy Karate. Here he is.
Okay. It's not supposed to be funny.
Yeah, no.
That's okay. Yeah.
Right. We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah. It's amazing to hear this guy's voice. We've never heard. He's been in jail for like 34, 35 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Locked up, and we've never heard his voice till recently.
Dude, you weren't lying too. You said he sounded like Joe Pesci. He sounds exactly like Joe Pesci.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And there's another movie on Greg Scarpa. I think Mark Wahlberg is playing him, and I mean, at the same time that I don't have really high expectations for it, but I just want to see it just to see how they tell the story of Greg Scarpa going to Mississippi to help the civil rights workers and FBI, and but at the same time, I don't think I've seen a Mark Wahlberg movie that I didn't like. So, you know,
yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good at what he can do with certain things like that in that realm. Oh man, I'm interested in this Tommy Karate movie though. I'm down for it. Right?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Cool. We have a question here from Too Cool Fooly 386. He says, "Ask RVD, how much do you view professional wrestling as an art compared to a business? And how does that differ from when you were early in your career? And what caused your view to change, if it has?"
So the answer to that would be it definitely has changed, and the point when it changed was when I went to work for the big company, and then the art was sacrificed for business on a much grander scale, and it actually sometimes became like the right thing to do. Like just like for instance, I used to in ECW. You okay, Karma? You okay? You all right? Okay. Did you hear that?
I did hear
that. I didn't have any time restraints in ECW, and so like as an artist, portraying the whole fucking show, the world television champion, the guy that's been bragging for 3 weeks that you're gonna get your money's worth out of watching me, and it don't even matter, what happens on the rest of the show because I'm that fucking good. Come on out, I'll prove it. For me to be the artist that wants to express my portrayal of that entity that I just described to you, I had the freedom to do what I thought was right, and that included if I wanted to go 10 minutes, if I wanted to go 50 minutes, anything, in between. It was all, if I want to fight in the crowd, or if I want, it was also, so to go from there to with WWE now it's more about, okay, you better hit your cues. You got fucking 4 minutes, and that's gonna include my entrance and my music playing when I come down to the ring. You know, we'll come back from the break. You'll already be in the ring, so that'll save us a minute. But then I come down. It's in my big entrance and shit. I come in, so now we only got 3 minutes left. You know, we got a fucking we got a 2-minute finish. We got like a minute match time, but we're making a lot more money. It was not organic or natural. It was definitely boom. Not so much about the art as it is about the business at a certain point. And you got to get there. And to get there, you got to know the art in order to get to the point where you deserve to be treating it like a business. You know?
How much did that shift? Oh, look at
you're on TV. Hey man, you're on the TV.
She's still jumping.
She's loving it. She's loving it. She's looking at you, Rob.
Oh, they love Rob.
You love your daddy. And so oh no, Karma.
Oh no, Karma wants part of it.
She wants the attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it's a lot more fun when you look at it as just an art, and it always is. But you know, it definitely at a certain point, the art is something you could just take for granted, and then it's just all about the business.
How about when you do house shows for WWE? Would your mindset kind of shift a little bit for those, since you're not on your time cues as much or anything like that, where you have
a little bit, yeah,
a little bit, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. No, because I mean, like, think about it too. You think about it too, how passionate you were with ECW and how much you wanted that to grow and succeed. And it's just like, yeah, but then once you go to this ecoscape that's WWE and it's all this big business and trying to make money and all that kind of stuff, the priorities and the mindset has to change a little bit for sure, you know?
Yeah. And my generation too, I think I don't want to say they work harder now, but part of the difference that it is now is it's a lot of young guys that since they don't have the same amount of old school drilling that we had to get when we got to WWE, you know, like it was, you know, I'm sure you hear this from every wrestler that's ever done any interview, that when you get to WWE, you learn to slow it down, make it mean more. You don't have to do everything, every match. Well, now it's like the floodgates were open and just like all this, everybody's like new, young, and from that mindset of, you know, every single match, we got to do everything. And so it kind of like overwhelmed the whole standard system. And so, because of that, the matches, you know, for like my generation, even at the house shows, you have an idea of what's appropriate. First off, you know, like, hey, I'm opening up, this match should be 12 minutes or whatever. You know, you have an idea of what feels right and what is right. And maybe they'll, you know, but they probably even tell you, you know, especially if they want you to go longer, but, you know, 10 minutes, 8 minutes is, you know, if you got a lot of matches and stuff and you want to, hey guys, you know, I mean, sometimes it's not even about what it should be. So backstage, you know, it'll be like the team meeting could be like, you know, hey guys, you know, we got a long drive tonight. You know, it's supposed to thunderstorm supposed to hit, supposed to rain real bad. You know, let's try and get out of here on time and then see if we can get ahead of the storm. Which doesn't really make you change anything, but it makes you think. Okay, I'm going to try not to dilly dally and fucking you know, take way too long out there or whatever. But So yeah, having said that, for us, a lot of it would be like, all right, boom, let's get in and do our job, and then get out and try to not get hurt, get on the next road, whatever. And now it seems to be more like if everybody could go 30 minutes every single match. I think it's more of that mindset where everybody, where am I going to get the RKO in? I got to get an RKO in. I got to get an Oklahoma Destroyer in, or whatever that thing's called. Is it Oklahoma Destroyer? Canadian Destroyer.
Canadian Destroyer.
Where am I going to get a Canadian Destroyer in? Where am I going to get a dive? Where am I going to get 5 people just stand there and watch me jump on them? And so, it's different for those reasons too.
And for those reasons, I'm out.
Yeah.
For those reasons, I'm out of here. This is so. Take this for what you will. I'll have to later try to confirm this with EC3, but he said something that I thought was pretty interesting. Allegedly, this is what he said. He said EC3 claims WWE recently held a massive trial in Minneapolis, but did not sign any indie wrestlers because he believes independent wrestling has lost what WWE is looking for. He says that WWE is looking for wrestlers they can develop into stars who have strong personalities, can make money, and have excellent fundamentals. EC3 also says many independent wrestlers focus too much on moves and spots while neglecting the basics. He believes wrestlers who can combine strong fundamentals with exciting moves have a better chance at getting signed. EC3 believes if WWE is not signing many independent wrestlers, then AEW and TNA could be better options for indie talent. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, though, right, Rob? It's like...
What was that last line, though?
Okay, he said EC3 believes if... Hold on, these emojis.
The last one.
EC3 believes if WWE is not signing many independent wrestlers, then AEW and TNA could be better options for indie talent to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea who they're signing or what their current, policy on what they're looking for is. That shit changes all the time, but I mean, it changes so much. Next year they'll be looking for ex-skateboarders or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know. But yeah, that makes sense though, and that's WWE is out of all the wrestling that you have out there, all the organizations, let's just take the United States. WWE is the only place where you can still find some old school roots, right?
Right, absolutely. And there's a lot of it's more story and character driven in a lot of ways, for good or bad. Sometimes it seems, but
so
like
I think that the leftover substance that I'm talking about is going to be found there at last before it dissolves away.
Yeah. What was I going to add to that? I was going to say something. Oh, I can't remember. But what I heard too, like I heard when I was in Philly for NXT, when you were there for NXT, a couple years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that somebody in NXT told me that they were more focused on looking at athletes like that weren't wrestlers because they were so much easier to develop because they didn't have all these preconceived notions,
bad habits and shit,
bad habits and all that stuff. And so like they really wanted to embrace like collegiate athletes that came in and stuff like that. And it made a lot of sense in a lot of ways, because it's just like, oh, you have this blank canvas, that a really talented blank canvas that you can kind of put and implement in there and kind of create an understanding for. So,
like I said, it seems like they change what they're looking for and what they're going to be about, kind of routinely, like cycles throughout the years. So they could just be one meeting away from saying, you know what we need is ex-football players. I don't know. It's, all inclusive. Let's get, what does that even mean? Like different nationalities? Is that what that is? I don't know.
Gay people.
Gay people.
Yeah.
They're going to just look for, what we want is gay wrestlers.
Yeah. All gay wrestlers. Let's
sorry, are you gay? No, I'm sorry. We're gay wrestlers now.
You gotta go. Not this time. Try next time. Gem the Dawn. He's got a melancholy one here. He's from member for 6 months. Sorry to hear about this, Dawn. He says, thanks for being a great hero to look up to, Bo. Bro, bummed out over the loss of one of my fur babies. Just rewatched you versus Sabu in All Japan in 1997. Sick match. Sorry to hear about the loss of your pet there.
Yeah,
Jim.
condolences. That can be extremely painful. It is for me to go through because dogs are just, or any animals, they're just so innocent and they're never assholes. So you can't think about the bad times where they were assholes and fucked you over. They're just so innocent and loving, and so yeah, condolences.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Good to have you. Good to have you here tonight, though, for sure. Okay, Victor, thanks for the $2. He says, "What was RVD's first wrestling show he attended?" So, as a fan, I would think he means.
It was WWE at the Kellogg Center Arena, and not long before that night when I kissed Ted DiBiase's foot.
Wow.
Any indie shows as a kid?
No, I didn't know there was such a thing as independent shows or even other groups until I'd see it in the magazines, but I thought that they were just like in different states. Like I thought there was something down south, that Ric Flair wrestled at, because I'd see him in the magazines, but I had no idea, what anything about any of them, because I just got WWF in my house, and then down the street, Andy and the Frarys got a satellite dish. No, they got cable. No, it was a satellite dish, and then that was my first exposure to anything outside of WWF. And I remember seeing UWF. I saw One Man Gang.
Oh, that was Mid-South. Wasn't that Mid-South UWF?
I don't know. I think maybe Herb Abrams, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I bet it was One Man Gang. And then I remember seeing like AWA, and then eventually we got NWA on channel 17 on Saturday afternoons, but it was really fuzzy and hard to see because our channel sucked that bad. But that's how I grew up. Like some of the channels, it's like everyone knew, like channel 17, it just wouldn't come in clear until Fox took it over, and we'd watch shit on there through static just because it kind of came in. That's where I remember seeing Chris Champion and Mark Starr. And fuck Mark Starr. Where's he at now?
Why? What did he do? Why fuck him?
Oh, he's a guy that when I wrestled him in Jamaica in 91, and I was there. In fact, I had my 21st birthday. It was either that day or the next day, and I've been doing all this press promoting it. I was excited to be in Jamaica. I'm just a kid, first time being anywhere really, and then I got Mark Starr, and something got fucked up at the very beginning. Like maybe it was me. He might have thrown me into the ropes and done the old, which is like an old school thing to do to fuck you up on purpose. You know what I mean?
What's that? What did he do?
Call a non-verbal spot.
That's so mean.
Oh, really?
Throw someone in the ropes and just go,
Oh.
and then they panic. Shit, what did he say?
What did he say?
Come back and try not to look like an asshole, like you're, am I gonna get clothesline? And you're young and green, and it's a move you do to green kids. But anyway,
why would you do that? Y'all are gonna look like sloppy as fuck.
They wanted to teach me a lesson because they thought I was too cocky. I was a prima donna, which I was. Looking back at it, but him and Jimmy Hart, who was also Jimmy Del Rey, Coconut Man, fuck those guys. Something happened where we ran into each other or something, and so he kicked me and he picked me up and power bombed me. And then he picked me up and he power bombed me. And then he picked me up a third time, power bombed me, and did this shoot cover where he folded my legs over my head and put all his weight on there and pinned me. So the whole match was like 2 minutes and made me look like a complete asshole.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Ugh. Good
I
God.
get it now, but still guys that do that are dicks.
Yeah, right. That's insecurity coming through right there.
And that's the part of the business that they don't tell you about when they say there's no more kayfabe and this, and fans think how it works. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about like people that watch the shows and think, okay, I know how it works. They still have in their mind that everyone loves each other. They're all just playing games just like they are in their front yard, no difference. And they don't think about shit like that. Or how about when Daniel Puder got fucking like thrown into the fucking wall by Big Show? Do you remember that? Why? But because he was too good. It was part of Tough. It was like they were from Tough Enough, and then they came up to the show, and Big Show gave a speech to all these new guys standing there, and then he goes, and Dan was just standing there, Daniel Puder, and he goes, you puffing up at me, and he just wham, I hit him, pushed him like so hard, he like wham, like went back into the locker room, and he's in a spot now where he has to eat it to show respect. He probably wanted to swing a Big Show because he's an MMA fighter. I don't know. I have no idea how he felt, but that's the kind of shit that fans that want to get in the business will never understand unless they experience it themselves, you know?
Right.
And there is a lot less of that now than there used to be, but I don't think it's gone, you know?
No, there's always going to be dickheads.
It's a lot more corporate, but it's still a fucking dressing room.
Yeah, there's always going to be dickheads there, for sure. You know what I mean? That's anywhere you go.
There's a hierarchy, you know, there's paying your dues, there's shit that's, man, it's hard to explain. And that conversation came up, right, with AJ's side. People were saying, you know, he didn't pay his dues, and people are like, well, fuck it, he's there to work, you know, he's not there to pay his dues, and
right,
you know, that's a damn valid point too. So there's definitely less of, because you could have got, or not, at a certain time, if you didn't pay your dues, then you wouldn't be getting in the business. You know what I mean? But it doesn't necessarily mean setting the ring up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Paying your dues could mean putting guys over for a while. It could mean could mean a lot of things. Could mean carrying someone's bag. Could mean just, you know, having a duty, or could mean washing Giant Baba's balls in the shower. There's
right. Take your pick. Take your pick. No, after we talked about that too, I was hearing from other wrestlers and other podcasts too, how much like that everybody was on the side of Avery on that one. Like it's just like obligated. Yeah, it was like.
But if there's someone that's not going to be on his side, I think it would be maybe some old school wrestlers that think that his head is going to grow and get ahead of where he should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody feels like that or not, but I could imagine it.
For sure. Yeah. I'm sure there'd be a few veterans that maybe feel that way or something too at the same time. But you know, yeah. Pretty wild stuff. Here's an interesting question Maddie presents to you. Thank you, Maddie, for $2. Maddie's a regular here. In case you guys didn't know, he's our biggest fan, I think, actually, I would have to say. He says, what did RVD think of Governor Arnold when he was in California? Were you in Cali when Arn was in California? The governor?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What'd you think of him?
I liked him. I don't get really political, so he seemed to really lean to the right for my values, my beliefs. You know, he seemed really conservative for the most part by association, if by nothing else. But I do remember Buddy was pro marijuana.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and that was something that was very important to me. I was advocating and speaking on it in California myself, about changing the laws, and still it's important. I think now, the majority of people believe not only that it should be legal, but also that it's not as dangerous as we were once taught that it is. Not on your health, not on society, and not everyone believes that. But overall, it was a different time then. So for Arnold to be for that, was a pretty free thinking, and so I liked him. I liked him for that, and I liked him because he's the Terminator.
Yeah, the Terminator.
Pretty cool having the Terminator as the governor. The Governator.
Robert, get to the chopper.
Your Arnold and your Kermit are
Is it? Oh, they are, aren't they? I'll have to work on that.
This is Arnold Schwarzenegger singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Yeah. Maddie, he also said this too. He said WWE should bring RVD and Katie to WrestlePalooza in Perth. Apparently, WWE's putting WrestlePalooza in Australia this upcoming.
Oh snap!
Ooh. Maddie, you should go there either way. You should definitely just go.
Yeah.
Make the most of that. Maddie asked another question here.
I love going to Australia.
Man, I'm jealous. I want to go. I've never been. Bucket list. He said, did WCW take the Sting spot from Sabu Lights Out? So, like, Sabu's the lights would go out when he was feuding with Taz, I know, and then Sting, they would do that in WCW. That's a hard one to maybe confirm, but you could maybe see it too at the same time.
Yeah, and check out the chronology of it and see which one happened first. I don't know. I know I first experienced the Lights Out in the ECW arena in Philly. Like, I hadn't seen it before, and it just it was such a crazy feeling to feel all that energy but have it dark, and then just to anticipate what the fuck's gonna happen next. It was just so unexpected for me because that was like my first time at the arena.
Yeah.
Maybe my second time. I remember thinking, like, when I was there the first time, like they did everything. Like, how are they gonna top that next time? But then they did the Lights Out, Lights On, and that topped it. And I was like, wow, that sunk in, and that became my goal, was to always top myself too. So that became my extreme pattern, my way of following the ECW algorithm, because Paul had a way of always topping, it seemed like, and being a little more extreme. And so for me, I did that with my moves. I ran and I dove over the top rope without touching it, and then I put a chair up and I dove over the chair and the top rope without touching it, and then I put two chairs up, and I ran and I jumped over two chairs and the rope without touching it. I was going to keep going, and see how far I could go, but I don't know. I remember like at the same time thinking, like, nobody knows what the fuck you're doing. Nobody's paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, you're the only one that knows this effort that you're putting into this. But that's when you can go and tell the fucking the commentator, what you're doing, so maybe they can mention it or whatever. But
yeah,
I didn't know about that. I'd only been wrestling like 6 years when I got there. So, just still a little greenish, trying to rub off my green stains. And anyway, that was the first time that I'd seen Lights Out, Lights On. But I don't know if that's where they got it for Sting.
I don't know either, but what you think about how cool when that stuff did happen. I like that's what I would first say it in WCW with Sting when it happened because I wasn't as familiar with ECW, but like man, now it's done a lot all the time now. Lights go out, somebody pops
Overdone.
up. It's overdone.
Overdone, yeah.
Overdone for sure. Dave, thank you. You just sent us a super sticker. Appreciate that, Dave.
That just reminded me of something because I was thinking about like sometimes when they turn the lights out, I have been in buildings where I'm supposed to run out to the ring, or me and Sabu, while it's dark, but it was so dark that we could barely fucking see. You know, that was this. That reminded me of one time. This is a Sabu story that he told me. I wasn't there, but this is forever ago, like early 90s, maybe even before that, but he told me about it then. And the wrestling ring is in the middle of a hockey rink for this event, and they don't have the ice covered up. It's fucking
what?
Usually they have the ice covered up, you know, when they put the ring there in wood or something. And Sabu was running out to save another babyface. So babyface is out there getting double teamed by two heels, and Sabu came out from the dressing room, which, you know, is a little ways in the hockey arena. So he's got to really fucking run.
Yeah.
He's running up there towards the ring. And then at the last second, he like loses his balance and he slides and he slides like right into the ring. Bam. And he said that it hit him on his ribs and it knocked the wind out of him. So he couldn't do anything. So everyone's watching him run down. They're like, yeah, yeah. And then boom, once he hit, he just stood there. He just stood there and leaned on his forearms. It was like,
oh, man.
Just chilled, hanging out on the apron. And everyone's like, why the fuck did that guy run out here to fucking lean on the apron?
He just wanted to rest on the ring. That's all.
Yeah.
Take a little breather. Oh, that sucks. Man, who the fuck? Why would they cover up the ice?
Right. Yeah. Something in Canada, I think. Like they used to wrestle with a fake George Animal Steel up there. Harry the Animal Steel.
Harry.
And I think it was one of his shows or something. But if not, sorry, Harry. But that's the way I remember it.
Man,
I don't know.
so
or Howard the Animal. Howard or Harry?
Howard the Animal?
Maybe.
That'd be a great name, actually. I hope that was.
He was around when I started out, and hairy guy, bald guy, but not as thick as
George.
Yeah.
I'll have to Google him. Harry the Animal.
Yeah.
I hope it's Harold the Animal. I think that's fun. Sari, you said Kinkado? Thank you. He says, happy to see you stream again. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah. Right. Happy to have you here.
We back.
Yeah. Otto Von Clutch. He said, thanks for the $5. He said, thank you, Rob, for judging the promo contest. I was the runner-up. I'm the student from Knox Pro Academy, now located in Vegas. Thank you again, Dom and Rob.
So Katie was right, and Jason was first, and this guy was runner-up. Okay.
Oh, how about that? Okay.
I don't know why I thought it was the other way around, but yeah, that makes sense, though. And she's always right.
Well, shout out to you, Otto Von Clutch. I'll give you a Google here and take a look.
Yeah. You were intense, Otto Von Clutch.
I think I've heard of you before, actually, Otto. So that's pretty.
He's cool. A Marvel supervillain.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's got a pretty good look to him. I think almost the Owen Hart look to him. Now I see it.
He challenged me and my baby to an intergeneration match.
Intergenerational tag match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be a pretty fun experience judging promos and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
It was. I mean, it was silly and fun. You know, it's whatever you make of it. Brian Blair, who runs the Cauliflower Alley Club. Yes, B. Brian Blair.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that Jim Brinzel said he was going to go this year when I saw him in Minneapolis. He wasn't there. Anyway, at least not the night I was there. But what was I going to say about Brian? He asked how it was and asked, is that something, would you do it again, next year? Like if you were running the show, is that something was it a success? Was there a lot of people and shit? And I said, yeah, I think everyone had fun. There was a good turnout, and definitely I would throw it on again next year. Definitely.
Why the heck not? That sounds like a pretty fun, creative idea to do. For people.
Yeah, why not?
Helps people get their name out. Hey everybody, here's Otto von Clutch. So there he is. Take a look.
There he is.
There he is. Runner up to the promo contest. So give him a follow. Google him up.
He means business.
He means business, everybody. He means business. Hey, speaking of business, did you see New Day showed up in AEW?
I did see that.
Yeah, pretty cool. The next level. The new level. They're called the new level. Is their new name. And
okay. That's new level. And were they the next level in WWE or?
They were New Day in WWE, and so now they're at the new level in, in AEW.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty funny. During their press conference, so Xavier Woods, was the one guy's name in WWE. He now goes by Austin Creed because he used to be He used to be Consequences Creed in TNA, if you remember that way back when. But so Kofi, I think only goes by Kofi now. But during the press conference, he accidentally called him Woods during the press conference because he's so used to calling him that. How could you not be though at that point, right? So
right, I'm used to calling him that, and I've never called him that.
Yeah. How'd you like working with Kofi Kingston when you did?
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have. I think I did maybe like maybe a 6-man, like a ladder match or something. But I didn't have any, like a lot of time in there.
Singles. With yeah, that makes sense though, because you guys are both baby faces at the time too. So I imagine it wouldn't.
Yeah, him. I mean, he was. He had not ascended to the heights that he would climb yet when I was still there. Him and Zach
Ryder.
Yep, and and even Jinder and Mahalik and Irish dude.
Oh, Sheamus.
No, yeah, but no.
Drew McIntyre too.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, Sheamus was. He was already getting pushed to the moon, when I first met him. But those guys were still not really having the office behind them, and they were, hanging in there, working hard, and just in that position where they're probably getting lied to a lot, or getting promises told to them and broke or whatever. Because I think that's part of that stage when you're trying to find your footing or whatever. But yeah, after I left and couple years or whatever, I don't know how long it was, but I looked and I was like, what? Those guys are fucking the top guys now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Kofi. Could have maybe hung out another year or two, maybe, but I like it when people say, like, dude, if it was with today's laws, you'd still be champion right now. I don't know about now. That was like 20 years ago.
You would have been, man, you would have beat Bruno's record by a country mile.
Right.
20 years.
I don't think anybody had that in their plans.
Holy shit, man. Could you imagine? 20-year champion. Blue Meanie's in the house. Shout out to Blue Meanie. He says, good evening, fellas. Hope all is well. Hope you're well, Blue, because he hurt his ribs.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Here, wait, let me change my. Do I have the thing? Oh, I can't. I don't have the remote. Oh, yes, I do. Here, I'll change it to blue. Boom. Lights are blue for you, Blue Meanie.
Hey, do we have a way of like popping up a screen? Like if a fan wanted to ask a question, we could go, here's Maddie, Mr. Marijuana, boom. And then he's like, good evening, chaps. I'm down under in the land of Australia fighting a kangaroo.
You mean there's for people to call in? You mean like kind of quote unquote call into the show?
I guess, yeah.
We can do that actually. We can do that. They would so the link I give you might be the link I give them actually then. Yeah.
So like you would have to maybe email it to everybody in advance.
No, what I would do, maybe we can try this for the next episode though. This would be a new thing. It'd be
we always trying new stuff here.
Well, yeah, maybe that's what'll be the theme next show we do. But what I'll do is I'll pin it in the chat, and people can call in.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. I'll pin it in the chat, and then
people can
go to the link. The stipulation, everybody, will be you have to have your screen on if you want to call in, just so we don't get any weirdos. I can take a look and see if you're weird, and if you're not weird, I'll put you on.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean,
how are you gonna know if they're weird by looking at them?
Say if somebody's naked or something, Rob. Maybe they show up, like something like that. I mean,
well, depending on who it is.
Yeah, or you're having like Nazi tattoos or something. I don't know.
We have a rule here in the Van Dam household. Girls okay, guys is gay.
That's it.
I don't know. I just made that up. I thought it rhymed.
It did rhyme. It did rhyme.
No, but you know how like when you're a kid and you build a fort and you have the sign that says no girls allowed.
Yeah.
To Van Dam household, it says girls welcome.
Girls
only.
Yeah, girls only. That's right. You're the opposite of the Little Rascals.
I'm the only piece of testosterone in my household with a party of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Wow, you're right.
Why'd I have to count that out in my head? 3 pairs of 2s, right?
That's it. 3 pairs of 2s. Wait, yeah. Yes, I'm awful at math, Rob. Here's the follow-up about AJ Styles' son. Anthony Farrow, he says, hey, RVD, you think AJ's son, Avery Styles, joining TNA? Yeah, what do you think of joining TNA, and you think he can make it and fill his dad's shoes and be on the level of AJ? Can't wait to see what happens from him in the future. Yeah, if you didn't know, Rob, he did sign with TNA, actually, AJ Styles' son.
Well, I mean, I haven't even seen him work, so I can't give my opinion on. I mean, it sounds like when you say, "Do I think he can make it?" You know, that sounds like it would be based on my opinion of what he's got to offer, what he's doing in the ring, which I do not know. But having said that, I think anybody can do just about anything if they really set their mind to it. And that may sound cliche, but it seems like it's worked for me time and time again. And I'm not saying I can fly if I really focus on levitating, but the thing is, my mind can't grasp the concept of levitation at a realistic level. It can't, because I know that I can't do that. But things that are within the limits of me knowing that I can do, I can do. Does that make sense?
Does make sense. That sounds like.
In other words, let me put it this way. I think that you are equipped. I think that you are equipped with a knowledge of your own abilities. And so if you believe you can do it, then it's because you can fucking do it.
That's right. You can do it. Put your back into it. That's
yeah.
what they say. Yeah. Thank you for those input. City by the Bay. Hey, thanks for the $2. Yo, Rob, how about working some more JCW dates? JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, I very well might. I was talking to Joe already about some dates. I think he threw a date at me that I wasn't able to or something. But anyway, yeah, nobody's in a hurry, but I think that's very possible. And he seems, at least last time I talked to him, he being the Juggalo himself, Violent J, seems very excited about all the opportunities coming to JCW and maybe a payoff finally for years and years of him busting his ass and learning. And so, you know, hopefully everything will work out. And he's saying, fuck yeah, it's something that I'm gonna want to be a part of because he's got big plans and shit. And I said, that sounds cool. Let's talk. And you know, we're kind of there.
Heck yeah. And no, I think I heard something that they're hoping to get like a TV deal here at some point too, which would be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. His, yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Gosh, there was something else I was gonna bring up to you too.
I got something I want to bring up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who needs to hear this that's listening, but like, have you ever had like two friends that don't like each other or whatever?
Yes.
And then like one of them, like they don't understand because they're basic thinkers. So they think either they were there first, so somehow they think they should get dibs. Like it's not like who you'd rather spend your time with or whatever, you know, in their mind, they're getting screwed somehow or whatever. But what they don't understand is if they spend time talking down about the other friend, knowing that you like that person, it makes them less pleasant to be around because it's like I'm definitely obviously a dog person, right?
Right.
If there's somebody that's not a dog person, okay, that to me, you know, kind of weird, but I know a lot of people aren't dog people. But if you're gonna be constantly talking about how much you hate dogs and I love dogs, I'm gonna be like, fuck this person. I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like what is he doing? Purposely trying to fucking talk shit, or knowing that I feel the opposite that he does. He's insisting, or she, or whoever, or whatever. So if you can relate, if you're anybody in that equation, I just wanted to articulate, it's like someone that doesn't like dogs talking bad about the dogs, knowing that you're a dog lover, and then wondering how come you ain't hanging out with them as much. And you know, so anyway, don't be the dog hater in that equation. Look at yourself. If you are, and if you do that, then you know you're a dumbass. What do you expect?
What? Yeah, like what? If you don't like, I don't know. It's kind of weird when I can understand
Could
people.
Be anything.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Yeah. And
it was basically when someone says, "Don't you have anything better to do?" Like basically what they're saying is, "I don't like what you're doing. I think you should care that I don't like what you're doing, and I think that you should care so much about it that you should not want to do what you're doing because I don't approve." That's what's behind saying, "Don't you have something better to do?" Right?
Right. Yeah.
That's what's behind that is saying, "Hey, I don't like what you like, and so quit liking it."
So don't. If I don't like it, you shouldn't like it either.
Don't you have a job?
It doesn't make sense too when people. I'm trying to think of a situation where maybe I've been put in. This was definitely. It's actually had to deal with some wrestlers. I won't say their names, but somebody DM'd me the one time. This was years back. Somebody DM'd me the one time because I was friends with a wrestler on Facebook, and they didn't think I should be friends with them, and they were like, you should not trust this person, blah 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 blah. and all that
Right.
stuff, like tried to pressure me into not being friends with them or associating with them. Like that's
Right.
such a weird thing. Like why would you
Yeah.
put the thought process onto somebody to do that? Like that's just showing your own insecurities. People were weird.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
It is so dumb. Rob, well, I didn't mention this too. I think we didn't record since this happened, but this I thought was awesome. Did you see Leo Rush dressed as Sabu?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got
How
it?
cool was that? Yeah.
Did you record it?
I didn't record it. No, I didn't record it.
So anybody that saw the piece of video, it's even cooler than him just looking like Sabu. He takes the
Yes.
chair and he throws the chair into the corner and it sticks. And it's as if Sabu was holding the chair for him.
Dude, it was crazy.
And then the follow-up was great, throwing the chair at the chair when it was in there.
Yeah.
And Leo Rush is fucking one of my favorite guys to watch, and definitely a good talent. Knows what he's doing, committed like a motherfucker, and I definitely give him 2 thumbs up.
Here, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Here we go. See if I can do a share screen. Share screen. X. Here we go. All right, folks. Hopefully you can see it. Is it up there? It is up. No, it's not up there yet. Add to stage. Is it up there?
Hey, babies.
Rob, can you see anything on there?
Nope, just you.
Gee whiz, I don't want
Rey
that.
Mysterio Jr.
Booyaka, booyaka. Here we go. Add to stage. Is that working? Dang it. Maybe I can't do it.
Oh yeah, and then Hook looking like Taz too.
Hook looking like Taz. How great is that?
Yeah.
How great is that?
I was like, I need to be in here somehow. I don't know how, but
I don't know how, but some way or another.
how come they write me in?
I
It just
know
felt
that.
appropriate.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Get Rob in there. Oh, here it is. Sweet. Let's see if I can. Do you see it there, Rob?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here, I'll play it real quick. I probably can't play too much of it so we don't get flagged, but here we go. Here it is. Oh, it already happened. Hold on. Back it up.
Boo. Every time you've ever played anything on video, it always starts past the desired starting point.
I know. Here it is. Try it again.
Barbie. Hey, Barbie. Hey,
It's not listening to me.
there's Barbar. Let's say hi.
Barbie, what's up?
Mm.
All right, here it is. Here it is, folks. Take a look. Throwing some chairs in. There it is.
No.
Boom.
No, way else you should, bro.
You don't see anything?
No.
What the F?
What are you looking at?
I don't know. What am
Now
I?
I see it.
Now you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. Look at that. It stayed. Leo's shocked. And then he throws the chair too. Boom. Awesome. Awesome
Dude, I
stuff.
love it. I love it. Yeah, when I read a comment, I guess, or something that said it's like the ghost of Sabu is holding the chair for him, and I was like, "Fuck, it is."
Yeah, hell
Like,
yeah, it is.
that's like, fuck. I think that's what's going on here. It's
No
amazing.
doubt. I
Yeah,
thought I was like,
those pants, and not just that, motherfucker. Like, I always talk about how he's committed to his Gollum character, whatever, but he also obviously that motherfucker is a good studier of people like actors to be able to get their mannerisms down and shit, because that was fucking Sabu throwing that chair. You know
that
what I mean?
dude, that looked like, yeah, that was like, man, he's got that down
Yeah.
big time. Oh man.
It was like,
No,
it was like, did Sabu teach him how to do that? Because that was exactly how fucking Sabu would do it.
yeah, that was sick.
The follow through, bam. It was
Boom.
amazing.
Yeah, that looks very, very, very awesome. It was cool. That was in Philly too. They took it. That was at the ECW arena.
Oh, that's why he wore those pants.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Shout out to Leo Rush. No, I love his like demon gimmick he's got going on. I think it's really fun, and I think it's very unique too. So he does some good stuff. Cool. Let's see what Maddie says here. Maddie, thanks for $2. I'll call up and do my best over Aussie voice. Okay, sweet. Oh, Maddie will call in next time when we do the call in.
Okay, cool. You remember Nord the Barbarian?
Yeah, the Berserker also known.
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said Aussie voice. I heard him saying "huss," "huss, huss." That's what I thought I heard, and then he said Aussie voice, but like I ain't seen that motherfucker in like I think it's 94 since 30 years or something, and then all of a sudden boom, he's at the cons now,
Wow. Yeah.
Crazy. And I never knew he was like a normal intelligent person and stuff. I did a tour with him in all Japan for Baba, and he hung out with the hoods, but I don't know why it was just easier to picture him in character, and also I think he was ribbing me because I remember he was like super jacked, and this would have been maybe my second time going to All Japan or something. I was really young, green. What am I? 33, I guess. No, 20.
94?
23. Holy shit. So
yeah.
Super young. I'm a baby. Anyway, I remember Nord back then telling me that he never works out, he never goes to the gym, and he was really jacked, and he'd go, no, I don't. He goes, I just naturally have this, and I was like, like, why is he? He's fucking with me, right? But,
you're fucking with me, aren't you, Jim?
I still never know, but I just been seeing him, so hush. So I just thought I would bring him up because I wondered if you remembered him. First, the first time I saw him, by the way, was when at Andy's house down the street, when I told you that was my first time seeing like One Man Gang.
Yeah.
That guy, he was there too, whatever group that was. The one that I called UWF, but I'm not really sure. With One Man Gang, where he did the 747, off the top rope. I remember this guy, John Nord, before Berserker, right? And maybe he was Nord the Barbarian, I don't know. But what I remember though is he would pick the guy up and gorilla press him and just like throw him over the top rope to the floor, and that was his finish. And I just thought that was so fucking cool. Like I was like, wow, like that's great, because like I do that on video games all the time. Like it's one of the ways you can win. You can pin him or submit him, or you can then get counted out or whatever, So that was like on Mania Challenge, we'd go outside, and then every time he'd get up off the floor, I'd run and fucking shoulder him. Like every time he'd get up, boom, and then I'd like slide in at the last second to win the match and shit. But anyway, with him, I just thought, man, I like it because it's different. And it also seemed really sadistic. This was before seeing crazy fucking stunts and way before the days of the Darby Allin bumps and shit, So just to be gorilla pressed and thrown to the floor seemed like, wow, he's like really mean and careless. Like he doesn't give a fuck about that guy that he just wrestled. He just kicked that guy's ass and threw him all the way to the floor. Like, doesn't care if the guy's dead. Yeah.
Do you remember when you first did that spot, when anybody threw you over the top like that?
No,
No?
no.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I've been gorilla pressed and thrown over the rope to the floor like that. Is that what you mean specifically?
Yeah, that's what I mean specifically. If that
I don't know that I've even done that. I may have. I don't know. So I don't.
Yeah. Man, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a big dude he was. And you're right, Rob. It was UWF. It was Mid-South. It was Bill Watts' promotion that you were watching.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Who else was there?
there was Jim Duggan was there. Ted DiBiase. Jake Roberts.
Okay.
Junkyard Dog. He was really well known in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thump.
Yeah. But I did go. I only went to WWF live events as a fan during that age, whatever it was, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Yeah.
when I was going to the live shows and stuff. But I did go to, I guess it was NWA one time. Yeah. And I didn't know all the wrestlers, but I was a big enough fan to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I remember Brian Pillman, I think he wrestled Ric Flair. I think.
Ooh. Okay.
But I'm not sure about that. He wrestled somebody, Flying Brian. I was like, man, this guy's cool. Like, I like the name. And back then, doing a crossbody off the top rope made you a high flyer,
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't about a springboard, double, fucking moonsault, plancha, reversal, twisty, fucking pretzel with a twist of lime. I don't know, but it was just he was a high flyer. I liked him, and I think it was Ric Flair. Does that sound like it wouldn't have been?
It could have been. It said, oh, yeah, look at this. Brian Pillman and Ric Flair had a famous series of matches in the late 1980s and early 1990s under the NWA and WCW banner.
Okay.
So
well, I was there.
You were there.
I saw it.
Where did it take place at, Rob?
Kellogg Center.
Kellogg Center.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
And the Rock and Roll Express was there. Ricky Morton and man, I'm not doing good on names today. Ricky Morton and
Robert Gibson.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Because they came into the Y Center earlier when me and Dango were working out. We saw them in the weight room.
Oh. I always like seeing Ricky Morton. He's a blast.
That might have been what made us decide to go to the show, maybe.
Oh, really? The Rock and Roll Express?
Maybe they came in when we were working out, and then maybe we said, fuck, you know what, let's go to the show. Because I don't know, or maybe we were always going to go from the get-go. I just know that I didn't watch that product on TV, so I didn't know all the wrestlers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jem the Dawn presents an interesting question on a follow-up on the Gorilla Press. He said, Rob, who's the biggest guy you ever Gorilla Pressed?
The biggest guy I ever Gorilla Pressed. Even though technically I would consider that out of my realm. Obviously, I would do it, but I would do it and drop it into the moonsault.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just remember like before I was a pro, when I was like training and shit, 18, 19, whatever, I could shoulder press more than my body weight. Like, could I do 1.5 times my body weight?
Wow. You're like you're like an ant. Ant worth like how many times their weight?
I've seen some freaks that with like with some serious weight, but I could put like 2 plates on it, and and I was like probably maybe 100 and what would I have been? 180 pounds, something. But anyway, so I remember like as a kid learning to do that. And I remember doing like Brian Jackson. He weighed more than me, and I remember gorilla pressing him. Um, and in the ring, I remember just what I've seen on rehashed footage that we've all seen on social media and stuff. So I don't really remember that much, but I've seen footage of me doing Scotty Riggs or Jerry Lynn. Scotty Riggs would be heavier than Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, Scotty was bigger, dude.
Yeah. I don't remember who else I did that to. So I'm gonna go with Scotty. That's the heaviest I can prove at this point.
Wow, that's pretty good though, Scotty. Coolio, he said too coolie for Fully. Excuse me. He says, fun fact: Bruce Buffer first announcing that he ever did was in his career was at the Kellogg Center in Battle Creek, Michigan. Bruce Buffer.
Oh no shit! For who?
Yeah, I wonder. Was he just? Yeah, did he do boxing there or something?
Did he do the Tough Man contest?
Oh, that's a good question. Tough Man might be it. Yeah, that's interesting. Follow up if you can. Too coolie for Fully.
Dan Severin, I believe, ran a show at the Kellogg Center one time too. Like some of my friends worked at it. I'm not sure that it was his show. They referred to it as his show, though. I think there was a cage match involved, and I don't know. He probably got somebody with money to back him and threw it together. I don't know, but maybe that's where also.
This is what Too Cooley says here, Rob. He said Kit Likens versus Tim Guy, I believe.
I think he means Terry Gay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know who Tim Guy is, but if they're trying to be a super fan, that's really good. But Terry Gay was my trainer for a while after Kit Likens, and then back to Kit, But so Kit was my kickboxing coach, Kit Likens. And he was gone for a while. And also we had some heat, like even when I was just 17, 18-year-old kid, I was stubborn and pig-headed in a lot of ways and felt like he should be doing more shows with the ring. And I didn't like the way he would disappear. And who knows what he had going. It was none of my business, but I felt like taking over the promotion and shit like that. And it was, it was a little fight that we had. I had the ring, and I kicked them out of my yard. One time they came over, started taking the ring down. I said, I guess you leave if I tell you to get out of my yard. They said, you want me to leave? I said, yeah. They left. I took the ring down and I was going to hide it. And then I was like, how long can I keep this up? There's going to be a lot of work to actually move it, and then Kit's going to find it anyway, or I'm going to end up giving it back to him, or what am I going to do with it? Am I going to keep this charade up? Am I going to tell him he can't have it back? Because I had some shows in his absence that were not in concrete, but were looking like, pretty good. And they were in my plans, let's say. And I still had no right to do this. I ended up calling Kit. We met at a diner for people in Battle Creek. We met at Speed's in Verona. And, Kit's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Like, where you been? And he's like, wow, that's my ring. I'm like, I know, but I got, it's my yard. And he's like, so what? And I don't know. I realized I really didn't have nothing. I was just a stupid fucking kid. I wouldn't handle that the same way over again, but I let him have his ring. And then this leads to me going over So, all right. So kid gets the ring.
Uh-huh.
I tell him, come on over, take the ring, whatever. And now I'm stewing and I'm mad. And I'm like, he's going to fucking sell that fucking ring. You know, he's so unreliable. Like, we need to, that fucking sucks. And did I make the ring in this amount of, I ended up making a ring in the absence. It was the shits. It really, especially compared to this one, it sucked. But, also, I found out one time that the ring was in this backyard in Verona, and then I found out, they were going to be working out. They're working out, so I decided to do a run-in is what I did. I come over, and I really had, I'm going to get in the ring and beat the shit out of Kit on my mind,
Yeah.
And I'm standing there like Taz, angry in the back of the fucking in the yard, with all these kids, and I'm watching him in the ring sparring with these kids and stuff, and I'm being judgmental, saying, oh yeah, he's beating the shit out of those kids and shit. He can't fucking do that to a real man and shit. I get you fucking, and finally, I was just, everyone's like feeling my energy, and then kids finally like, Rob, did you want to get in the ring? And I was like, oh sure, I would love to. And I got in there, and I was 16-ounce gloves. We put those fucking things on and shit, and we go to spar. Now, in the meantime, I had been training with Terry Gay, and Terry Gay lived in Coldwater, Michigan, where Dan Severn was from. So this all links back to Dan.
Oh.
But when we sparred at Terry Gay's, it was like he had some fighters there. They needed some meat. And so me and Dango and Robert and Eddie, a lot of times we would go there, and we would fight with these guys. And it was the sparring was like, say, I guess like 90% shoot, fighting. Like we wouldn't be holding back on each other unless we thought the person was hurt. And then we'd be like, whoa, you wouldn't stay on someone if you thought they were hurt when you're just sparring. That would be too much of an asshole. But short of that, we were swinging as hard as we could, landing what we could, and, to each other, because as we pick it up, they're going to pick it up. They were really experienced, like, well, fuck this guy. I'll match his aggression. And so it brought out some really brutal sparring. And Kit was not sparring that heavy at all. So now I get in the ring with Kit, and boom, we start, and I'll go over, and bam, bam, I'm just like, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. And Kit puts his hands up with his gloves. I probably told this story on here before, but I do a fucking right foot, like an inward crescent kick. And what it does is it pulls his hands down. And bam, and it pulled his hands down. Bam, so I hit him right in his nose. Each time I would do that, I kept doing that, bam, he'd put his gloves back up. I'd pull his gloves down with my foot, bam, and I did that 2 or 3 times, and I kept hitting him, every time I pull his gloves down, bam, bam, and bam, bam. It was like real aggressive, bam, 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 and he goes, hold it. And so he stopped, and I put my gloves down, he goes, bam, like real fast, boom, and fucking sucker punched me. And then he goes, no, you do not come to my ring with that kind of an attitude. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What attitude? I'm just working out. And I really did have an attitude, what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's bullshit. And he said, you come here with that negative attitude in front of all of my students, you can get the fuck out of here. And I was thinking, you know what? I did pretty good today. I think I'm going to call this a W and fucking go home, And while I'm thinking about that, he goes, or we could take the gloves off and we can fucking fight it out right here if you want. And then I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker he just escalated this shit.
Just moved it up.
Oh, now I gotta respond, and I'm like, I do want to fight him, but man, I'm just a fucking 18-year-old or 19-year-old, and this motherfucker is gonna thumb me in the eye and do some dirty ass shit. And is that okay? Will we have a chance to do it? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for the workout. And I threw the gloves down and I just fucking left. Yeah.
Boy, RVD versus Kit.
Yeah, and but now as an adult, having the bigger picture and seeing that compared to everything else in life, I love Kit, and he's someone that I get a hold of when I'm in Battle Creek, and I try to get with him and talk a little bit, and he's like a local hero there. You know what I mean? Like the way he promotes himself, and then he has angles. He's got heat with the dojos. At least he did, which I got wrapped up in. When I was training with Terry Gay, I was also spending time at the 3 dojos that Battle Creek had to offer, which were the Battle Creek Budokan and Todd Tatami's Taekwondo, shout out, and then the Tung Sudo with the Kellogg Community College. That was it back then. That was it. That was all there was to even offer. It was college or a dojo. And anyway, now it's like every town has fucking 10 MMA fucking dojos.
Oh, yeah.
But that was a life learning story and shit. But what's great is I've heard Kit tell the story, and he tells it pretty much the same way.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Good, you guys patch things up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was in your documentary, right? Your A&E documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, he said that he wanted me to stay with kickboxing, but I wanted to be a wrestler.
Yeah. Somebody does propose this question. I know you've answered this before, probably way earlier on when we were doing the show. But Passionate Spirit 88, thank you, says, would RVD been in MMA if he was younger?
Yeah, I would have. I would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't around till I was well on my career with wrestling. And even kickboxing, people didn't really know what it was. There was 2 groups, ISKA and PSKA, I believe, that were kickboxing that you could follow if you had some special, I think, ESPN, or maybe it was on a weird time. It wasn't a popular sport, and it wasn't something that many people knew about. You know what I mean? But MMA wasn't around, I think, till what, 93?
Didn't really. Yeah.
Even when UFC came out, it wasn't MMA until you said, what happens if a sumo wrestler and a judo wrestler clash? What happens if a boxer and a fucking kung po guy fucking whatever fight, taekwondo? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like and then over and over and over until you get this hybrid sport of a bunch of shit that's realistic, shit that would really work in a fight that's approached by 2 people who all they do is practice fighting all fucking day, every day, and do it for a living. And they get there, and when they go at it, you add some rules, but what they end up doing now is called MMA, but it's a hybrid of what works from all the other sports and shit. So that really didn't start and wasn't really developed till probably they had several UFC fights, right? How would you even say, okay, this is the point where there's a style that all the guys are using that's more technique, more Yeah, more of a strategy as a sport instead of approaching it from all these different, complete different worlds, right?
Right. No, it's
10, 12, how do you even say,
I don't even know because I remember too. It was just very like bare bones, like kind of like but basically what you were saying, like the first UFC and all that stuff, and it was just like all these weird matchups, and it didn't really catch fire. I remember seeing the videotapes like at my local video store, like you could rent them, but like it did not catch fire. Wait, maybe until like what late early 2000s for the most part. It didn't really gain popularity until then almost.
Well, when it was a thing and was popular, it definitely didn't interest me at that point.
No, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd already been wrestling. It seems like at least 6, 7, 8 years, something. And that was working out for me. And I didn't have that thing anymore where I always wanted to test myself. Like when, growing up, like I always say, anything that came to Battle Creek, if it was like, do you have what it takes? Me and Dango were first in line,
Yeah.
It was tryouts for this, tryouts for that, and like the Tough Man contest, like the American Gladiators, and anything that was like that was we were like, fuck yeah, let's go for it. So if MMA would have been an option during those years, you couldn't have stopped me. Yeah. But then by the time I'm 26, something like that, nah.
Yeah. What a different animal it is in general too with that,
Fuck yeah, it is. And I always thought that. I always thought like, man, these guys, like, they're like, okay, hey, all right, Dom, I got your booking, September 30th. We'll find out who it is, but it's going to be someone that weighs close to you. That's one of the fucking best fighters in the entire fucking world. One of the guys that would step forward and want this kind of match. One of the guys that worked his way up to this booking. He could be from Japan or Russia or fucking. Can you imagine stepping forward and being like, boom, bring him on? Like, I gotta have him, like.
Yeah, oh my God. I'd be a fucking tomato can for them. Jeez.
You gotta have a certain drive too that really wants you to test yourself and really enjoys the domination. And we all enjoy the dominating, but to enjoy it so much that it's part of the process, just like being dominated, like eventually, like a lot of people deal with it more than other people's. I can't imagine that part, like if you had a couple of losses and it's like, oh my God, like the whole world saw me fucking completely knocked out doing the fucking jerky thing in the middle of the octagon. I don't know why. It just seems way different than in the ring, But.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just and like people. That's just the name of the game too. At one point or another, you're gonna get knocked out if you're in MMA or something like that. It's just gonna happen, and it's just like, man. But yeah, from that perspective, it's just. You also think too about like how the pay gets separated out. So many of the big names are the ones that get the big paydays, but a lot of the undercard MMA guys don't get paid as much too. That's another aspect to kind of think about. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, every once in a while I hear some amounts. I don't know if they're true or not. So, but I know that that's true, and then somehow they got to pay for a crew and time off to train and all kinds of shit.
I bet it's a lot. That goes into it. Yeah. We have
You said Austin Creed. I didn't know that was Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah, when you left, he said that when you left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Austin Creed. Yeah, that's his name now. It used to be Consequences Creed when TNA way back when he had the afro and he dressed like Apollo Creed back in the day. Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat to see them like in AEW. It'll be neat to see how they handle them. Let's see here. Oh, this is an interesting question from Maddie. I think you might answer that actually before. Would RVD ever think about becoming an agent in WWE?
I think that'd be a great job for him.
Ooh.
'Cause Rob is such a wrestling genius, and he's such a brain fart.
You say
It sounded like I said brain fart.
Yeah.
I said brain fart.
Got a brain fart, everybody. Rob's got such a brain fart.
I just kind of said it all in one word.
I did have a hard time mentioning Robert Gibson's name.
That's okay.
I brain farted on that.
Uh,
I mean, I don't see it, but never say never. I like to think that I always consider everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really the honest answer, right?
Yeah.
We did it. What I consider, right? Was that what it was?
Would you ever think about being an agent?
What I think about. Oh, okay. Well, all right. But I mean, I know what you mean. But I do, though. I mean, I try to think that I consider and second guess everything to make sure that I'm making the right decision. You know what I mean? And and when I don't, and I find out that I don't, then I try to punish myself and implement it more in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Anything you could say, hey Rob, is it cool if I come over and live in your house for 2 months? And I know I'm going to say no, but let me consider it. Dom would be in my house.
Could I live with you for 2 months?
No, I considered it. No.
You just said Dom, and I literally was scrolling past Dominique. Dom.
Really? Oh, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, like I just was looking at this picture when he said Dom.
Oh, no way!
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
All day.
Yeah.
You know how I used to always talk about synchronicities and how the universe. Now it's like I'm convinced there's no difference between the universal synchronicities that just keep you on your own spiritual path and the technical world algorithm fucking synchronicities, because I really think it's just part of the same thing.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating to think about for sure. Man, wow. Yeah.
It's just easier to see with technology. It happens all day here. I don't know about you guys in the chat room, man. Put a one if it happened to you, man.
Put a one.
Like every day, we'll either have a text message sometimes. Like I'll just text somebody about someone's name, and then boom, that popped up. That happened yesterday, and I'm like, we didn't even say it verbally. It was a text. Somebody's reading our text. But I unless it's just us, because I've always sworn for the last 20 years, every time I find anything remotely suspicious, like what I'm talking about, I've always said FBI.
Yeah, the FBI, baby.
Which I was only half joking, but if you're listening, FBI, you wait till I learn how to spell you.
One way or another, we'll figure it out. Maddie says RVD with Katie versus Dom with Liv.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Hey.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be sweet. Heck yeah. Dirty Dom.
Dom can hold the camera.
That's right.
Oh, you mean a match?
Oh, a match. Oh, hey now. Hey now. Cool. That's it for the super chats. I wanted to ask. There was something I was going to ask you. Though.
If y'all like my shirt, you can get it at WWE Shop.
Ooh, WWEshop.com.
This is the brand new Rob Van Dam shirt. Just came out SummerSlam weekend. It's Rob Van Dam. It's Complex.
Ooh. Those are good.
Yeah. RVD WWE official shirt.
Yeah.
With logos on the side. Is there anything on the back? Nothing on the back.
No, nothing on the back.
But and I got the ECW pants to match it. So y'all go get yours. WWE shop. New
WWE stuff.
RVD merch.
Check out RVD.com too if you haven't. Like, it just got a new facelift and it looks pretty fucking awesome.
Ooh, does it? Oh,
Yeah, and it's got my appearances on it
Ooh.
that I got coming up, along with other news.
Oh my God! I put Rob Van Dam.
Ah,
You wish.
yeah,
Oh, you wish, right?
you call
Oh.
yourself when I'm not around.
Oh, this does look nice, Rob. Very nice
Rob
work.
Van
You can't see it. Can you put it up?
Yeah, let me put it up. Hold on. Let me do share screen again. Boom. Add to stage. There it is. Take a look.
Look, baby. Oh yeah, look at that one.
Fresh. I've looked at it.
And you can scroll
Look.
around. It looks super sweet.
Oh, it
No,
smells
look at
really
this.
cool.
Katie Forbes, you're beautiful. Hey, Katie, take a
Aw.
screenshot. I will save this forever.
Oh,
Hey.
RV Dad, we love that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are liking seeing the babies on and everybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love having the babies on here.
It's
Now
like
they like have social lives. Before we were able to like hold them for the whole show. Now they're like, I gotta jump. I got toys I need to play with. I want to
Yeah.
roll around.
They were chatting. They were chatting up in the background earlier too. I was fully expecting them to have a conversation.
They're already too cool for us.
yeah, they were having conversations going on. Jim the Don adds, Rob and Katie, such a great duo.
Thank you. We are the best duo. I love being his wife, best friend. I love parenting our children together. It's just so fun. I'm just so proud of him.
You guys are on a great wavelength. That's
I
for sure.
agree. Sorry, I was just read something and then I was gonna say something nice about you too, and now I forgot.
Well, think about it again. Say it. Say it.
I was gonna say
Okay, so
something
I'm
about
saying I'm
us.
proud of you. I love parenting with you.
Right.
Raising our kids together is just like a
Right.
whole new level of bonding.
Yeah.
Anywhere we go, I'm just so proud. I'm like, this is my husband.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say to y'all something that I learned from my life experience is that if your partner doesn't give you supportive energy like that and instead gives you the opposite, and that's your quote better half, that's the person that you're supposed to go to bed with till you for the rest of your life. Like, if that person doesn't give you support and instead gives you negative energy, I don't think that you can grow to be the best person that you can be. I really believe that, because you're limited and you basically trying to do it yourself when there's something working against you too, and I just know because I've been on both sides of the coin, and that's all I want in my house is that. Like, I've since day one never given her any reason to believe that I was telling a lie to her or that she would ever have to worry about me not having her best interest always at heart. So we really appreciate each other, and I'm not saying compare your relationship to ours, but I am saying that if you have a partner that doesn't give you support and instead works against you, then it's going to stunt your growth. It's got to. How can it not?
Absolutely. It's part of the relationship is being supportive of one another, and you guys just certainly exemplify that, no doubt.
We're wearing each other's shirts. We didn't even plan this.
Yeah, that's it. No, I know Rob's got Katie Forbes on.
You.
You can get mine at Pro Wrestling Tees.
ProWrestlingTees.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even plan that. We just showed up like this.
It just happened. Synchronicity. Hey, there is Maddie dropped a couple other super chats real quick before we close out. He said Cheech and Chong as guest possibility. That'd be sweet. Cheech and
That'd be
Chong.
awesome.
Sweet.
Let's
Like that.
hook it up.
Let's make it happen, man. Hey, man.
I only know Chong personally. Like I've seen Cheech and said hi to him and shit, but only like I only know Tommy. Hey man, like
Hey, man.
like I'm like 90 years old. Is this thing at 2 in the afternoon? Cause I gotta take a nap, man.
But I think they would be happy to do it because they're big on social media. Like I was looking at their skits, and they really put a lot of effort in like doing voiceovers, doing all kind. They obviously have someone helping them with their social media and putting in effort.
Yeah, his son is like his I don't know, kind of like manages him and
I can tell.
handles him and
Yeah,
shit.
they got a young person around because
I forgot his name when I saw him
They're good on
last,
social media.
and I forgot right now. But he's got like an intergender name, like Stacy, but it's not Stacy. But
Like
Ashley?
Jesse.
Wait, Alexa, what is Tommy Chong's son's name?
Ooh.
Tommy Chong has 2 biological sons, Paris Chong and
Paris.
Chong.
That's it. Yeah,
Oh, there we
his
go.
name I forget. Like he's
that's a
got like,
beautiful name.
yeah,
That is a good name.
the only
Yeah.
Paris I know.
especially for a boy. I think that's a really cool name.
That is a really cool boy's name, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll have to remember that one for my hypothetical child.
My shirt is inspired by the No Limit Soldiers.
Oh, nice. That does look like
That
that.
means
Alexa, what's No Limit Soldiers?
Master P, I think.
No Limit Soldiers were a world championship wrestling stable created in 1999.
What? I only know
after
about the
rapper
rap.
Master P signed with the company.
no, I
Famous
couldn't
for
Yeah.
hear.
their signature chant and
I couldn't
feuding with
hear
the
it
West
because you had to
Texas Rednecks.
scream
They also
right
featured
over it.
artists signed to Master
You never
P's No
fight.
Limit Records, such as C Murder, Silk Smoker, and Snoop Dogg. Want to hear more about how Master P went from rap to wrestling and back?
I didn't even know that. I didn't know Master P was into wrestling.
Yeah, for a short
I'm
amount of
fan
time.
him through rap.
Is that the dummy that you got upstairs in the closet?
Yeah,
Totally fair. He's way more of a rap legend. You
right.
got a favorite album or track of his?
I have his doll, and it's a Master P doll like this.
Do you
big.
and Alexa want to have your own
Alexa,
conversation?
It's a doll that's like this big, and then you press a button on him. He's
Oh,
wearing.
wow.
Alexa, stop! Oh wow!
He was
Like-
into it.
I heard too.
I'm
telling her-
talking to
I thought you were
them.
saying I got this doll. About
Okay,
this
I just
big,
want y'all to
Alexa.
know I got this Master P doll, and he's wearing a chain and the camo, and you press this button, and it says na 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 na.
Nice.
Make him say
So, hey, I don't know if Otto is still on, or if there's anybody else that was at the CAC, and but can we talk about Sinner? Can we
What
talk
is
about
that?
Sinner?
Talking to me?
No, there's a one of the guys that one of the wrestlers that you don't know who he is that gave this speech, and it was like really, really, really long. And his son got the award, not him, I think.
Hmm.
And I feel like he took too much time.
He took up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody a little long-winded, if you will.
His son got an award, and his son gave like a 2-minute speech, and then he went on talking about how we all need Jesus in our hearts and stuff. And for a high spot, he says something, and then I, you know what? And I asked for help, but then I realized, the truth of what was really happening. And you know what? And he's like, should I turn around and drop my jacket? No, he had it planned out. He turned around, dropped his jacket, and it said "Sinner" on the back of his shirt. He
Yeah.
wrote Sinner. This is a wrestler giving a speech at Cauliflower Rally Club. His son got an award for getting was it a kidney transplant?
Yeah.
And it went to
Kidney Omega.
and anyway, brother said, you know what? I don't care that Bret Hart's got to give a speech, and he's sitting right there waiting. Who'd he ever beat?
Who'd ever beat?
I beat the devil. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
if you were there, then
It was
what an
a
awkward speech to watch, trying to convert people at an award show. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if anyone is on here that felt the same way. But I clapped for him every time, and like, hey, that's I don't mean to judge his values and what's important to him, but yeah, like he made the night a lot longer and
Took time away from us, from our children.
Yeah, from our children.
Well, Cauliflower Alley Club needs to have somebody to say, take it home.
Yeah,
I don't. But even on a deeper level, you know what I mean? Like if I would have, like I was joking, but only my table could hear. Like I was saying, like we love Jesus, things like that you're not supposed to say. But I don't go for the whole we're bad people, we're sinners. I don't go for the cops saying if I follow you long enough, I'll find a reason to pull you over. Like everybody's a fucking criminal, and their job's not to protect them. Their job is to fucking find shit they can use against them. And it's really like the same thing is the way that the churchgoers, the Bible thumpers, look at us as like we're not worthy, right? We're not worthy. Isn't that the bottom line to Christianity? Is we're not worthy?
Yeah.
Basically,
so,
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know that I agree with that. I mean, I think it's very subjective. You know what I mean? I don't think God gives a fuck if you swear or not. I think if he's got the ability to speak several languages and shit, he would understand. You're committing the crime of holding your mouth and your tongue a certain way and producing the sound that comes out. That's the crime you're committing.
I think God's probably has different priorities than people swearing.
But I don't know. But I just want to say, I would have went and got a drink at the beginning of that speech if I would have known that's where it was going.
Yeah. It's I remember too the one notoriously long speech for the Hall of Fame was like the Mr. T one. I think like Mr. T, maybe Hillbilly Jim. He had a long speech. I think too. I think a couple of those guys had some long ones at the Hall of Fame. And
he should have.
Yeah.
You got a 5-star moment in history graphic for us?
Oh, I sure do, Rob. Yeah, let me pop that up.
Throw it up there.
Yeah.
Let's get this 5-star history, baby.
I love the font for that.
Thanks. 5-star history.
So in I came to WWE in 2001 with the alliance, with the invasion of the ECW and the WCW together against WWE. Boom, boom, boom. In 2003, we did a trip in Australia, and we had different wrestlers were assigned to different excursions. And this was shit that would be filmed. We had a TV show at the time that capitalized on us wrestlers outside of the ring doing shit. Somehow, I don't remember if I was asked or told. I was probably asked. Yeah. A matter of fact, Dean Malenko was the agent for WWE, and he came to me and said, "Are you cool with climbing this bridge in, I think it's in Sydney. It's a famous bridge by the Opera House gimmick or whatever in Australia."
Yeah, Sydney.
Well, as a matter of fact, what the fuck is it called? Sydney Harbor Bridge. Okay. Anyway, Dean Malenko says, "You cool with climbing this Sydney Harbor Bridge? Like, they want to do it, and have like some cameras and shit." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And he's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome." And he says, "It's like it's something they don't normally do. Like, it's really risky." And I'm like, "Dude, I'll do it. I love that kind of shit. And he said, "Well, it's going to be you and Shawn Michaels." And I said, "Okay, let's fucking do it." And like, I must have known a couple days ahead of time, because I would see Dean Malenko and they would say, "It's not too late to back out now if you want to do that. We can't make you climb, but you're going to climb the side of this fucking huge ass Sydney Harbor Bridge." And I said, "Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure they have some kind of safety measure set up and whatever." And he says, "You're not scared at all?" And he's like, and I was like, "No." And he's like, and he says, "I mean, this is something like, like people don't really, not very many people have ever done this, like very, very few people." I'm like, "Cool, man. Sounds like an honor." He's like, "Really? You're sure?" And he kept trying to scare me out of it. When it came down to the day of filming, I was excited, fuck yeah, I'm gonna Spider-Man up the side of this fucking bridge, and you're gonna film it. That sounds fucking incredible, and you're gonna let me break the rules. Like, you're not allowed to fucking normally climb the side of that, but I get to do that in Shawn Michaels. Fuck yeah, let's do it. And then Dean asked me and Shawn again one time, both together, and I guess he was telling him the same thing too. And he's like, "You guys aren't scared?" And no, it's fucking, let's go. And he's like, "All right, last time to back out." And "Fuck, we're not backing out. What are you talking about?" So we go to the place to do it, and there's like a lobby where you wait and where you pay and shit, and you look all over the fucking walls when you're there, and you see all these pictures of all these people that did the Sydney Harbor Bridge climb. Here's a fucking 80-year-old lady. Here's Frankie Muniz or whatever from Malcolm in the Middle. Fucking, we're like, what the fuck? And ended up being like a really big fucking joke. And we didn't really fall for it. We were just always like, dude, whatever. But it ended up being really tame, really lame. And I guess I shouldn't say really lame. It's steps. We climbed steps on our feet, and the whole time that you're doing the steps, you have a belt, and there's a loop on the belt, and through that loop is a cable that goes all along the steps. So you're hooked into this cable Then you walk alongside, and then when you get to certain spots, they unhook it and then hook it to the next one, and then you walk up those steps and shit. And there was like absolutely no risk at all of fucking getting hurt. And that was just Dean Malenko's idea of ribbing us, was trying to say, make it out to be something like way, way, way scarier than it was to both me and Shawn Michaels. And when I was going through some stuff, I found this climber certificate that I got. And I don't know if my picture is now there in the lobby along with fucking like 200 other people. And it's just something that you pay, anybody pays to do. Successfully climbed to the summit of the Sydney Harbor Bridge.
Look at that. Wow, Rob. That's a hell of an accomplishment.
Somewhere on, I don't know if it's on YouTube or what, but somewhere there's Rob Van Dam and Shawn Michaels in 2003 climbing the Sydney Harbor Bridge, because there was a camera crew. That's how hard the climb was. In fact, the camera crew did it with us.
Man, that's a pretty good rib by Dean, though.
Yeah. It's not like we were having second thoughts or getting scared. But yeah, the whole time he is a joker, you know, like I don't know if you know him well, but every time I see him, he has a joke, tries to make me laugh, and usually does make me laugh. And I really appreciate his dry sense of humor. It's like dad jokes kind of.
Yeah, it is a lot of dad jokes.
Yeah. Hope he's doing well.
I hope he is too.
Yeah.
Works at AEW. He's an agent for AEW, so I think he's doing okay. That's where I've met him a couple of times. It's just
I think last time I saw him a few weeks ago, maybe at one of the conventions. What does he got? Is it Parkinson's? Do you know?
Yeah, he's got Parkinson's. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hope he's doing well.
I hope so too. Yeah, all the best to Dean. Dean's one of my favorites. When I was a kid watching WCW, he was one of my favorites for sure. Maddie, we'll close out with a couple of super chats from Maddie here. He says, "I'll get an RVD chant going at WWE in Australia."
Sweet.
Katie and Rob.
RVD.
Even if he Van Daminator and leave, Katie could fuck up Liv and go for the belt. I like it.
Yes, definitely.
And then
wish I could be there.
Yeah, maybe you will. You never know.
What is the? They just took the name Lollapalooza or Hardcore Palooza. Or
they took WrestlePalooza from ECW from you guys. Yeah.
And now it's just the name, though. It's not like an attempt to be ECW.
No, they just took the name. The rumor is Nick Khan, Nick Khan. I think he's the CEO of WWE. Yeah. He said he's a big ECW fan. He like ECW and like New Jack and stuff like that. And so the rumor is he took it because he likes ECW. So.
Oh, okay.
That's the rumor. I cannot confirm or deny that though. Matty adds
always cool. I see him a lot when I'm there, like in the lunchroom or backstage or whatever.
Nice.
He's always been super cool to me. Yeah.
I shook his hand real briefly at WrestleMania 39, I think it was.
Yeah, and I met his kids. I think he lives here in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a super agent. He used to be a big time agent for a lot of people, like Ariel Helwani, who does all the interviews and stuff. He was his agent. A lot of NFL players he was agent for, so it's pretty wild.
What a way to work your way up, huh?
I know, right? How about it? Matty adds the 21st he moves to his new place. Thank you, RVD, Katie, and Dom. Woo!
Good fucking good luck, dude. Does that mean I wonder, does that mean he's moving out from a relationship? Because
yeah, he was in a pretty toxic relationship, I know, and he's getting out of that. I think he was having some issues with his evil ex about maybe even the place he was living at, And so he's moving out into, I think, a new farm he's moving to or something, where he's able to take his horses and all that
Kangaroo
stuff.
farm, I heard.
Kangaroo, mate. Hey, mate.
And maybe platypi.
Platypi.
Yes.
Platypi. He also adds West Coast is better, hence 3-year deal with WWE. I don't know what that means, Matty. Why do you mean West Coast is better? Hence the 3-year deal. I wonder if that was in reference to something we're talking about.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but thank you, Maddie. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, everybody. This was we made up for 2 episodes, I think, with this one.
We went a long time again, huh?
We did go a long time, almost 2.5 hours. So, boom.
Right.
That one pretty good.
Well, cool. All right, then. I guess we should call it quits then. Appreciate it, everybody.
Yeah, if you guys like what you're seeing, be sure to like, subscribe. Whether you're on RVD's YouTube channel or RVDTV.com, give us a like, hit subscribe, spread the word about us. And we'll be back. Maybe Thursday? I don't know, Rob, whatever works for you. I can try to make it work.
What he said.
Booyah. Booyah. We'll see you guys next time on One of a Kind with who? Oh my gosh.
One of a
Rob
kind.
Van Dam.
Awesome. Thanks, Van Dam fam. Peace out.